So I'm going to go over the basics of Microsoft Teams, and I will create some other tutorials to show more in-depth or more detailed information on how to use Microsoft Teams, but I do not want to overwhelm you as you switch from Big Blue Button to Teams. There are two different ways that you can get into Teams. The first is to check your desktop to see if you have the app already installed. If you do, you can double click on your app to bring up Microsoft Teams. If you do not see the app on your desktop for whatever reason, the other way you can get to Teams is by going to your Launchpad. And finding Teams on launch. If it's not on the main part, you can also search for Teams in the search box. When it asks for your email, you are going to use your personnel number at ocps.k12.fl.us. Put in your password. And it will ask you about getting the app or using the web app instead. You can click on it and download it. Mine's already there, so I don't actually need that. And I will go into Teams now to show you what that looks like. If you have not opened Teams before, you might see that your sections have already been populated by the county. That was the case for me. So I just went into the three dots in the top right corner, clicked on Edit Team, and I renamed my sections so that it was easier for me to organize. This is also where I chose the little picture for each class period. And again, you can change this to secondary for middle school and pick your subject area as well. Now, if you need to create your own teams for whatever reason, like my second and third period disappeared, so I had to recreate them, you're going to click Join or Create Team, Create Team, and you're going to click on Class, and then you can name your class. So, Webster Practice Class. Once you name your team, it's going to ask you to search for students. You can search for any student in OCPS. So what I did when I had to create my second and third period is I used the roster from Skyward to keep the most accurate students in my course. So I'm going to use some teachers as examples and pick on my science team since I am more familiar with their first and last names. So Cooley, I could add Cooley, I could add Miss Welch, I can add Mr. Cabinet, I can add Miss Sabree, Gordon, and Daniels. So when I'm finished, I can click on Add, and it'll send them an email notification letting them know that they have been added to that course. Once you are in Teams, you can send your classes messages here in the chat box. So I'm just sending out a message saying, "Good morning, everyone. I am using this team for tutorial purposes. Okay. If I want to call out somebody specific like Miss Cooley, I would just put @Cooley, and it will notify just her that there was a message sent. This is also where you would hold your live meetings. You click on Meet, and you can change the name of the meeting. So if I want to say this is Friday, August 14th, 2020, so they know which class period or which day it's for. I can go here and change my background if I'm from home, or I just don't want them to see my classroom for whatever reason. Click on join. Okay, so it puts my background. And then if nobody shows up, I can actually type in their name and request that they join. So if you see, once I typed in her name and hit enter, it is calling Miss Cooley to let her know I started a live meeting. Hey, Miss Cooley, you're on the tutorial. Say hi to everybody. Okay, so I'm just going to show them how to end the meeting, but I just had to call somebody and it showed that you were green and online. So everyone, when you want to end your class meeting, do not just hit the leave button. If you hit the leave button and there are students still in the live chat, they can remain in the chat room or on the live feed. So when you end your class, you want to click the drop down arrow and actually click end meeting, which is going to kick everybody out so that they can't stay behind and do whatever they want to do. Okay. So that is where I'm going to stop for now. It will ask you about the call quality, and there are some other tips and tricks that I'm going to show you guys, but again, I just wanted to give you the basics for the very first tutorial. Email me if you need me, if you have any questions or need assistance with getting through this part. I will be after school today until about 4:30.